Here we go. We are recording. Yay! Okay, we're back. 40-minute meeting, you guys, a while ago that we thought.
Fun.
Yes. Okay, so I'm happy to be on here with Rebecca. I'm gonna give her the floor.
Hey, everybody. Glad to see everybody. I'm really happy that Marla has agreed to join me tonight to speak with all of you about a few things. I hope you all had a really great day today. It's the end of the day, and we should all be winding down by now.
Except when you mess up a feed.
We always consider a learning lesson, right?
Right. Do you see it on your page? Are you seeing
it? Yes.
Yes, I see us. Woohoo! I'm going to share this really quick to my page.
Okay.
I always like to share the Zoom meetings. Watch 5K affiliate. Rebecca Clark, the superstar of the CBD world. So, how was your Sunday, Rebecca?
It was crazy. Guess what? This is usually Albert's job. He's trained me well. Well, he did start the smoker, but all he did was start the smoker, and I put the deer burgers on myself.
Yay!
Yeah, and we had cucumber creamy salad, and we had jalapeno poppers, all from our garden, our neighbor's garden, and so the deer burgers were amazing. Albert bought some new rub thing that was fabulous. So it was like, I posted a picture. My burger was this high.
Ooh, yum.
Oh, yeah. It was to die for. It was really good. So, yeah, it was kind of a good day. The kids mostly deserted us. So it was just me and Albert and the 9-year-old, and we kind of had a pretty good day.
How fun. You know, when they get older, I'm actually saying share this. If you guys share this, I'm going to send one of Rebecca's people a free sample of a CBD isolate, because that's what our sample is the CBD isolate, which is completely THC free. And what you can do is, and also I want to say this, if someone orders from Rebecca during the next week, I'm going to also enter you in another free drawing for, what should we give away? Should we give away a pain relief cream? Let's give away a pain relief cream.
Oh, good, because I have a new testimony about that. I happen to have one right here. This is the new and improved pain relief cream that they just increased.
Yay.
CBD level, yes, from 50 to 85 milligrams. And let me tell you, I have a story before I even start with the interview.
Oh, you go.
Yesterday, in fact, last evening, well into the night, I was scooping ice cream for the Heartland United Way. I was benefiting the GI Parks with my 4 hours of service, but we were swamped. We were scooping ice cream for the entire 4 hours. And let me tell you, I turned 50, and this shoulder hurts. This shoulder is really strained during all of that ice cream scooping. And I was barely mobile last night. I couldn't hardly move any arm at all. And then I didn't realize that the pec muscle right here was also affected. But I immediately put the cream on, stupidly not this morning. That was silly. But I put it on this morning, and I put it right here, and the pain went away immediately. I am completely impressed. Everybody needs to get this. This was immediate. And then I realized, I said, honey, look, there's pec muscle down here. I should have rubbed it a little harder, because I didn't know I had to use my pec muscles to scoop ice cream for 4 hours.
Oh my goodness. For real though, a little tidbit about me. When I was 16 to 17, I worked in an ice cream shop, and we built these humongous, like it was one of those specialty shops. So we would build these ice cream towers. A lot of people shared them, at the time. Mm-hmm. That was back in the day, and everybody would eat after everybody all the time. And it takes some muscle, no doubt. Seriously, like serious muscle. And I see that we have 3 people that have jumped on, and I want to say hi. I don't know who they are because we are doing this through a Zoom meeting. Amazing technology. I mean, I thank the Lord every day for the ability to speak to so many people and to change lives through this amazing product. But I have been really happy that they brought out a higher milligram of the strength of the relief cream, because it's like the dynamic duo, the oil and the cream together. It's amazing.
Yeah. I'm so thankful to you for offering to send one of those to one of my people. I'll be glad to help facilitate that. That is a great giveaway. Love it.
Yeah, if you place an order with Rebecca for the next through the 31st, then Rebecca will enter you in a drawing, and I'll send a CBD relief cream with the new strength. So let's get the interview, because I know Albert is like, y'all did a 40-minute interview and you didn't record it. This is
said, I'm going in the shower, so yeah. You do what you want.
Yeah. So
well, Marla, thank you again for coming and doing this with me. I appreciate you a ton. What first triggered you to consider using CBD to begin with? And that was what, a year and 4 months ago?
I really started talking about the oil like 17 months ago, but my doctor had suggested it for me like a month prior to that. And I was, we moved out to this farm 6 years ago, and it was an amazing adventure. We'd never lived in the city before. I say we moved from the burbs to the boonies. And we really did. We are in a log home in the middle of the woods, and it's so amazing. I loved Little House on the Prairie, watching it with my family. So it was kind of a dream come true to do this, but it was kind of one of those things that you dream about and you don't think is ever going to happen. Well, about 3 years into this little adventure, I'm going to be 50 in January. So after I had a baby when I was 40, 43 years old, we're out here. Let me think. How did that go? We were at 43. We moved out here. I'm almost 50 now. So 3 years into moving out here, I started having the perfect storm of, and again, before I start saying symptoms, we cannot say diagnoses per the FDA. So you'll have to follow along. You'll just have to track with me. But I had the perfect storm of hormonal issues. So like this right here was causing a lot of problems. And I had a diagnosis of a Asian name that was really bothering me and hurting me, and it was causing a lot of anxiousness in me. And because I thought, is this what's going to happen as we get older? Like, I think it's echoing, Rebecca. I'm hearing, is it your bird or something? Okay, that's fine. I just thought it was like a squeaky computer issue. Anyway, so I started suffering and having pain in my joints and my knees and just feeling awful. I couldn't even walk down to my barn. And I was that mom that would take my kids to the zoo every week or some adventurous thing every week. And I was just almost like at a place where I almost feel bedridden some days, like I just didn't want to get up, didn't want to move, I was hurting. I couldn't walk down to my barn. It sucked, just really sucked. And so, is that your puppy? Is that a puppy that I hear?
There's baby birds who need to get fed.
Oh, that's sweet.
Their mommies are two, mommy and daddy.
Oh, that's sweet. Anyway, okay, so I was just, I was in a place that I was hurting all the time, and it just was miserable. And so I went to the doctor, and he suggested CBD oil. And I am for those of you that don't know me, I have 7 children, been married for 30 years, and homeschooled for most of their lives. I mean, I've graduated my oldest kids from homeschooling, and I couldn't even do that anymore. Like, we had to do some serious prayer, and we put the kids in public school, and that was just like something I never thought would happen, but that's where my health was. And so go to the doctor, I'm in tears. I've had 7 C-sections, so I'm not about to get on opiates for my pain, but it was at that level, like it was at a level 8 of a scale of 1 to 10. And I just couldn't handle life and was begging him to help me. And he suggested CBD oil, and I was, from my, Christian, I thought, cannabis of the devil, devil's lettuce, I'm not taking it. So I end up giving in, basically, and saying, I'll try anything. And he gave me this bottle. I still have it. And it cost me $160, you guys.
That's crazy.
$160, which is not unusual if you're in the market to find CBD oil. This is not an unusual price, okay, for a 1,000 milligram bottle, which I do not believe you need 1,000 milligrams, and here's why. 1,000 milligrams, but with tons of fillers. That's why your bottle says 1,000 milligrams, because it has to have that much in it, because it's got so many fillers. Bottle with fillers cost me $160. However, I did go ahead and decide to try it, and it helped. It helped. But I told the doctor, I got to find a less expensive brand. And he had done lab work prior, and then he did lab work after. 30 days later, I asked him to take me off every medication I was on. I'm not hearing you, Rebecca. Can you say something?
Oh, I'm here.
Okay, we're good. Okay. I said, if you'll take me off every medication, because I worked in pediatrics prior. I want a journal. I want to make sure it's not some kind of placebo snake oil, So I took the bottle home, started researching. I had my blood work done. Go back 30 days later, and I'm amazed. It's like my joints are feeling better. I feel more energized. I'm sleeping better. I go and report all these things to the doctor, and he's like, yeah, And so I was just very blessed, because before the CBD store here, my doctor suggested it. Before medical marijuana had passed, my doctor suggested it. I found the company that I'm with. I found that bottle of oil, and I bought it, and it worked better than the one that the doctor had given me, and it didn't have fillers in it, and that's why. So better price point. I paid $89 for that bottle of oil rather than $160, and the bottle lasted 3 months. I take 5 drops twice a day. All my inflammation markers are where they're supposed to be or lower right now. My prescriptions, I'm not taking them anymore. Hallelujah, right? I'm not having to take blood pressure medication. I mean, seriously. Wow. So, and that's a 50-year-old, I'm turning 50. So amazing, amazing results. And so that's really what got me started on the CBD oil journey. And even though I was testing positive and I never smoked a joint in my life, I had to start shouting it from the rooftops. And I put a cannabis leaf on the back of my car, in my boots, driving my kids to school with a cannabis leaf on my car. But I knew that I had to tell people. And then my husband, after I started really helping people, he said, you have to join the company, Marla. It's $20 to join. You're already buying it, and you're spending so much time on Messenger and on FB. You got to join. And that's what I did. And it's been amazing. So that's my story.
That's awesome. Are you still on 5 drops morning and night?
I am. That is my sweet spot dose.
That is awesome.
That I feel is my sweet spot. And listen, I didn't start selling CBD oil and touting its amazing benefits. And it's just, it has to be told. We have to tell our stories. when it comes to the CBD oil, because our failed attempt at doing a Zoom you mentioned earlier tonight. You mentioned that, and I think you need to touch on that here, of how so many oils, what the heck? So touch on about your essential oil journey.
You mean about the price points and why it works for so many different?
Yeah, but the fact that you had used so many different ones and this one oil works for everything.
Yeah. That, to this day, that's the one thing that astounds me the most, that this is the one oil that works for everything. I do come from the essential oil world. I've been with a big one, and then I've been with one that was an up and coming, and both very quality oils. And I have thousands and thousands of dollars worth of oils. And when I first heard you talking about CBD and how it works the one thing for everything, I thought you were crazy. I thought you were nuts. But if you think about essential oils for a minute, they are, they're all different plants, and they all have to be extracted a different way, and they all have to grow in different environments. And like, I have a bottle of sandalwood. Sandalwood's like one of the hardest woods on the planet. How hard do you have to squeeze sandalwood to get oil out of it? I mean, it's an intense process, and it's $80 for a bottle this big. So it's kind of crazy. And, I've done a lot of education on essential oils, and I think the one thing that's really beneficial, CBD versus essential oils, is that people are intimidated by all these recipes, and you have to have so many drops of each one. And if I don't have that one, what can I substitute for it? And then they're like, oh, well, what if my kid has allergies versus my dog? What's safe for my dog? It's crazy, all the different things.
It's like a Bible that's like, they call it the essential oil Bible. It's like this thick, I swear.
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah.
I had the mini one, which is this big, but it's still this thick, and it came apart pretty fast, so you need the bigger one. Yeah, I have all of those. But, like I told you earlier, I haven't hardly touched my essential oil since I started taking CBD with you. It's been amazing. I've only touched my CBD oils for my detox baths, which I really love. But now that HempWorks has come out with bath bombs, which I'm pretty sure have Epsom salt in them, which is kind of the miracle part for detoxing, and that has relaxing oils in it as well. I haven't touched it for that either. So it's been amazing. I think I've made some bug spray, and that's about all I've made with oil.
Yeah, and you can see my diffuser. Which way should I point? Yeah.
Oh, I see it there on the light.
Yeah, my diffuser, and I still use them. But I believe that essential oils are designed for topical and aromatherapy use. And that's personal. That's, a lot of people feel that way, but a lot of people will ingest them. I feel like cannabis oil is the answer to many, many issues. Again, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars and learn different recipes and figure it all out, and have to, again, I use them. I still rub them on my kids' feet, and inhale them. But the cannabis oil seems to be the end all. I call it like it's a different ball game. It is a completely different ball game than your run-of-the-mill supplement. And I don't put that lightly, run-of-the-mill supplement, okay? I'm not meaning to down any supplement, because I like probiotics, but guess what? Cannabis oil versus gut health. If you are eating the right foods and eating live cultures, I think that cannabis oil is all you need extra, honestly, at this point. The more I research, the more I feel that is the truth. Let me go into, which was one of the questions, because you gave me some questions prior at our failed Zoom attempt, but you also messaged me some. Okay, so that sort of segues into the whole, why does CBD oil address so many health issues. And, you know, one way of, the way I describe it, and I'll put it down in the comments for a graphic for people that don't know the difference between marijuana and hemp. Hemp has been around, marijuana, cannabis has been around for eons, okay? In our history, our human history, it's been here forever. You know, as a believer, I have my own beliefs on you know, its origins, but the difference between marijuana and hemp is grown and it has very low THC in it. Okay, it's full of cannabinoids, very little THC. They both come from the cannabis plant. Marijuana has high THC and fewer cannabinoids. And no one can be high all the time. I mean, let's face it, you can, yes, but not be very productive in society. I don't have any problem with medical marijuana use whatsoever, which before this journey, I wouldn't have voted for medical marijuana, but I did. After I saw what it did for me, I decided we need to free the plant. We need to weed. Weed the people through CBD is my hope, that people will latch on to this good CBD oil. But how it helps so many things is we have an actual endocannabinoid system, which sort of ticked me off when I found out, because it wasn't something I learned until now that we actually have. And there's actually a syndrome called cannabinoid deficiency syndrome. And so that, personally, through research, I feel that's why so many illnesses can present. They present in different ways, okay? So going back a little ways, before World War II, hemp was growing everywhere. We got it in our dairy. We got it in our meat, goats, chickens, every form of meat that humans consumed, pretty much those animals grazed on hemp. They got hemp in their bodies. And so we therefore ate it and got phytocannabinoids in our systems. After the prohibition of hemp, which was after World War II, we became what I consider most people to be deficient in cannabinoids, phytocannabinoids. And so we all have the same systems. We all have a central nervous system. We all have a peripheral nervous system. We all have an endocannabinoid system that touches every area of our body. We have CB1 and CB2 receptors everywhere. Google it. It's just, we can put CBD 101 in the comments, but better yet, we have an education group that we can add you to. And it's been a labor of love. And we add pertinent articles that you can understand. So there's my, you know, that's my spiel to get in. You need to get with Rebecca and get in this group, and we can teach you everything you need to know in layman's terms. But you have CB1 and CB2 receptors. Now, does everybody present with illness the same way anyway? No. When you have a vitamin D deficiency, vitamin C deficiency, iron deficiency, you're going to present in different ways, different diseases. So that's what happens when you're cannabinoid deficient. You will present, your symptoms will present, you will get, different people have different symptoms, okay? I happen to have autoimmune and hormonal and, you know, just there's a gamut of symptoms that people present with. And almost everything, I kid you not, if you go onto Rebecca's testimonials group, you will find, if you get in there, you use the search function, you will find everything that it has helped. Am I lying?
Everything.
Everything.
Oh, yeah. You know, utilize that search box. You type in anything up there, and it's going to bring up hundreds of results.
Right.
There's 100,000 people in that group, so everything has been addressed.
Yes. Okay. It's saying connection is unstable again. I'm hoping we're still going. Let's look on your page and see if we are still going in your group, Rebecca. Yeah, we're still there. I just want to make sure. Okay. But we are recording in case it goes out again, we're recording. Are you there?
Are we doing good?
I think we're okay.
Yep.
Page and see if we're still going in
Oh.
your group, Rebecca.
Yep, we're doing good.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
So that's basically why one oil fits all. That's a great way to say it. One oil fits all. Okay. Because we all have a need for it. We all have this deficiency. And I think we're going to see people really getting their lives. We're already seeing people get their lives back. But I think as we go on, we're going to look back in history and go, this was a time when people started getting healthier again, when this uptick of disease kind of declined, because we saw this uptick after World War II. So I think that's what we're going to see, because the testimonials, I can't even go get through them reading them without crying. It's just amazing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Very much so. Share those with anybody.
Yeah, and so again, you get in the group. You're just going to be doing yourself a favor by getting in the group, because you're going to learn how to pick a good oil. Which, oh my gosh, that is we have to do a live like in the next couple days on picking a good oil, because that is like
that's the big issue.
My head against the desk, because people will literally tell me, I just went up to the store, to the gas station, and got CBD oil, and CBD isn't helping me. And I'm like, please send me a screenshot of the ingredients label. They send me the screenshot. It's got and monk oil. I saw one with monk oil, grapeseed oil. And none of those oils are necessarily bad, but I don't want my bottle filled with other things. Like, I want my hemp to be hemp. Right. That's what I'm paying for.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And let me address this. The infusion, the infusion of essential oils into your cannabidiol is totally unnecessary. Completely and totally 100% necessary. It drives the cost up. If you have you don't need above 750 milligrams, most people, unless you're a stage 4 cancer patient, or this oil helps for seizures. I'm not supposed to say that. I'm sorry. This oil helps so much, and I don't think you need to go above 750. I just encourage you to not spend your money on an infused CBD oil. Let's see.
Another telltale sign, and you mentioned this, is the drops. So I don't think I've seen anybody say drops, like 3 drops, 5 drops, 7 drops. It's dropper fulls. It's half dropper full. It's 2 dropper fulls. That's kind of your first signal that you probably don't have a very pure product. If you have to take that much to get enough CBD to notice a difference, then you're going to go through the bottle really fast, and you're pretty much wasting your money. You should be buying your coconut oil from tropicaltraditions.com, or even in the grocery store aisle, not in your little bitty 1 ounce bottle of CBD. It's really not the most efficient way to buy coconut oil. Don't do it.
Exactly. I think that it's the Wild West out there when it comes to CBD oils. I do believe that we're going to see them drop off, companies because what's going to happen is people are going to try these inferior ones, and they're going to be like, it really didn't work for me. So I think we'll see them drop off. One question that you asked me is what particular things I've seen it work for. And so I'll just bring up a few little tidbits here, a few little things that I've seen people say testimonies for. Okay. So I've worked with a couple of veterans, more than a couple, but a couple have just really come to mind right now. A couple of veterans, Coast Guard veteran that was really trying to get off tramadol, gabapentin, Xannies, opiates of all kinds, okay? And I remember the phone call. He called and he was crying, and my kids were all in the car. And this was early on in my journey when I started talking about it. And it helped him to get off of 20 years of opiates. So I just feel like,
wow.
Yes, we all know the opiate crisis that is happening in our country right now. And there's so many people that need to get off of these. Now, when we mentioned higher doses and maybe full dropperfuls being used, those are the extreme circumstances where I've seen, and he was even using a very high dose at first, and I even told him, back down a little bit. Let's back down on that dose a little bit, and see how you do, and titrate off those other medicines. And I always tell people, do not start titrating. Work with your doctor. Go tell your doctor you want off of them first. You are your own advocate. You hire and fire your doctors. And if unwilling to let you, then you find a doctor that's willing to let you try it. But you should work with your doctor because, for certain medicines, you need to sometimes scatter how you take it. I like that about our company. I like that about you, Rebecca, that we try to really be people of integrity. We're going to tell you if you have random drug testing that you need to use the CBD isolate. You won't get that probably with a clerk at a store. They're going to tell you they are THC free because they legally can tell you that their full spectrum is THC free if it's 0.3% or under. But that is not the truth, and you most likely will test positive if you're on a full spectrum oil. We will tell you to use the CBD isolate, which is very beneficial. Your endocannabinoid system needs it, whether it's CBD isolate or full spectrum, daily, twice a day. It is reparative. It's amazing. Your body needs it twice a day. But we will tell you to use the CBD isolate, which may take a little bit longer for you to see the results that you're looking for, but it will happen, okay? The reason why people on a full spectrum feel it, because there's an entourage effect, and it's non-psychoactive. Yeah. It's not going to make you feel high, but you're going to feel relaxed a lot sooner with it. So, okay, so that one, PTSD, opiate addictions. Let's see what else. I've had mamas that had I can't say it. Okay. So the mommy blues. Baby blues. Okay. They've had a newborn baby. It's an exciting time. It's a stressful time. It's a everything emotional time. Every emotion you can feel when you have a baby. And then your body's been through a lot. For me, I had 7 C-sections, so my body had been through a lot. I experienced the mommy blues after my 4th child, and it was pretty bad. And I actually got on a prescription, which I didn't tell anybody because it was such a stigma at the time. And everybody thinks, oh, well, your 4th child, you asked for it. No, but there's a stigma to mommy blues sometimes. And I have, I can't believe I can even say customers. They're friends, but it's saying connection unstable again. I want to see if it stopped. Okay. I've had mommy friends who became customers, and they have had great success with it for helping their mommy blues. And it has actually increased their lactation and their milk production, which is amazing. I actually have before and after photos of milk before taking CBD, the production, and after. So I guess an amazing galactagogue, when I stopped nursing Zoe because my milk production went down at 9 months. She was 9 months old. And I did the nursing weekend where she laid with me in bed all weekend. She nursed. I used every galactagogue known to man, and nothing worked. So I only wish I could have had it to try because it seems to help a lot of women in that way. What else have I seen it help with? Everything. But let me mention dogs and cats. Our livestock dogs. Our livestock guard, well, because we know people love their fur babies, My animals are working animals. So we love them, but we need them healthy. We need them to be able to chase coyotes and keep things away from. And so we had our big humongous Mastiff, Great Pyrenees mix, and Anatolian and Great Pyrenees mixes. They were spayed and neutered late. Okay. We just didn't get it done for a long time. Well, they went and got spayed and neutered, and we didn't take medicine with us. We only did They did amazing. We gave it to our cat when she was giving birth, and she did amazing. And my little Morkie, who is 10 years old, has joint and hip pain and had a hard time even jumping up on the recliner till a year ago. And now he gets his hemp treats every single day. His hemp treats. And we also have the oil and that's bacon flavored. But I think if you have big dogs, just buy the big bottle of natural flavor oil and give it to them. Our little Morkie loves his little treats. We don't give the big dogs those treats. We give them the $7.50. So those are some things that it's helped with. What else?
All mammals.
Yes.
You know, all this time I've said all mammals, everybody who's a mammal has an endocannabinoid system. But you know what? We saw that one testimony from that one bird owner who was feeding it to his birds, and he said it's not all mammals, it's all vertebrates.
Yes,
so anybody with the spine.
Yes, absolutely. We've used it for our chickens that were sick. I mean, seriously, one oil fits all, you know. It's the truth. And
just amazing. It's
amazing. I feel like,
all the time.
I really feel like that, and the scripture just comes to me all the time, the healing leaves for the nations. You know, I just always think of that. And, you know, first of all, there are people that will tell you that it was not mentioned in the Bible. If anybody knew me before Facebook and before Google, when they saw me, I would usually have a Strong's Concordance, 4 different translations of the Bible, and everything spread across my dining room. In fact, my Strong's Concordance needs new binding. It's falling and ripping and falling apart right now. But for hemp to be so have so many industrial uses, have so much benefit to mankind, there's no way that it wasn't mentioned in the Bible. So you've seen my theme that I mentioned, Cana Bossum, and that I believe it was in.
Yes. That is directly hemp. Yeah, I agree too.
So, you know, I just believe that God made this plant for our bodies. Obviously, he did, because we have a matching system that needs it. And I'm so thrilled. Even if I wasn't part of a company, I would be talking about it. I would be using it in crunchy groups. I'd be talking about it. So, and I'm so grateful that you jumped on board.
I'm so grateful to you. I picked the right person. I'm so happy. And you know, I don't have those stories that almost everybody that we've run into has. Oh, I wasted my money on this, and I tried this and this. I had none of that. I lucked out because I met you first. I haven't tried any other oils, have no desire to. If somebody has that issue, I'm going to have to refer them to you or somebody else because I have that experience. I'm just so grateful.
Yeah. I hear the stories day after day. I tried another oil. And all I can say, listen to me. Don't try any other oil. I will say this. I want everybody to know. Okay, so you can try, if you've never tried CBD before and you're not having these extreme health issues, I would suggest starting with a 500 milligram bottle through Rebecca. Buy a bottle through Rebecca. It's a 60-day money-back guarantee. You can't lose, because it's $69, but for my dose that I've been on for 2 years, the bottle lasts me 3 months. There's 1,000 drops in the bottle. You're not going to find a $69.99 pure bottle of CBD oil in the stores that aren't filled with fillers. And you really will get your money back, even empty bottle. If you've used the whole entire bottle from the time of purchase to 60 days later, it's totally refundable. And we have the most amazing company that at corporate, they won't even ask questions. They'll be like, okay, but because we believe that it works. And then if you see that, you know, you are at a higher dose, then the next time you buy, you can buy the 750 and then you won't have to take as much.
That's exactly what I did.
I feel like I'm aging backwards at this point. Like,
me too. You know, every time I've seen one of you guys through their lives, I always think, and I've actually said this on live, I'm like, do you know why all of us HempWorks people have great skin? It's not a coincidence. It seriously is not a coincidence, because you take it under the tongue and we put it on our face. It's a double whammy.
Exactly.
All of us have great skin, and it's not a coincidence.
I have a funny story about that. My mother, who was very skeptical at first, in fact, I rescued her from an anxiety attack because, listen, some of us are just predisposed genetically to have anxiety. We just are. Oh, gosh, I just said anxiety, anxiousness. I went and saved her. It's very hard to remember that we are under such scrutiny. You know, it's hard. So please, let me just put the FDA disclaimer here. I'm going to stick it. I'll be able to edit this because it came from my Zoom. So I'm going to stick it in the top of our video. However, I had to really rescue my mom one time, and she was a super skeptic. I even apologized to her for being her weed daughter. And now she's all about it. She knows I'm like, weed the people, you know, all of that. So, and that's, okay. Yes, and then I'm going to go back to that. But my mom was having some major anxiousness, and bless her heart, she's just always had those issues, and she's much better now. But I went and I said, Mom, this was when we could do the samples way back when we first started, we could do samples. And so I took her some and I said, Mom, she was like, I'm not coming to the door. And I'm like, I'm driving 45 minutes and I'm putting it on your doorstep. If you don't come to the door, then you can, you know, whatever, I'm going to leave it there, but you better get it under your tongue. And so she ended up coming to the door, her mouth, put the drops under her tongue, and 30 minutes later, she was smiling and having a good time.
Wow.
He loves the oil. And my stepdad, super, super skeptic. He had without saying it, he had the leg issues where they go numb, and like you can get really bad infections and things, you know, it's just that word. Okay. Anyway, he was so desperate one night, and he had really bad leg problems at night that would cause restlessness. And he put it on his legs, and he was like, that was the best sleep I've ever had in years. And so he orders like 4 tubs at a time of it. I mean, but yeah. And okay, so what I was going to say about the skin, here's where it comes with my mom and the skin. Her hands were looking fabulous. And I was like, Mom, your hands look younger than mine. And she said, well, I've been using your Renew cream, silly. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize you ordered it. So I hadn't used the Renew cream up until then. I started ordering that and putting it on my face and my hands. But it's true. I believe that from the inside out, it just seems like we're aging backwards now. You're right.
It's the fountain
of the skin. HempWorks people have the best skin.
Yeah.
We have no filters on this Zoom.
Yeah. No filters in Zoom. The side effects of CBD is great skin, great hair growth, and look, wonderful fingernails. Oh my goodness, they're so long. And they grow so fast. It's just amazing.
And hair.
Yeah. Those are the best side effects I've ever run across.
I know. It's amazing.
It's finally growing.
Yeah. So, I've just embraced being the rockin' hemp mom and teaching people about it, and being a cannabis advocate, and teaching people that you don't have to be high to be healthy. Although I'm not against that. I am not against if someone needs it to just totally shut the brain down in the evenings. I have people who've gotten off smoking pot during the day. They do their CBD during the day, and then if they have to have a little bit at night, then I'm not somebody who's totally against that, because I see the benefits of the plant now. But it's about education. It's about really educating people.
Yeah. And reaching out and helping people from where they're at.
Yes, absolutely.
Really, that's part of us. We love it.
Yes, I love it. Well, so girl, I think we were successfully able to do this Zoom live. And I'm so grateful that you guys got on with Rebecca tonight. And would you do her a favor? When you watch the video, would you just put #replay if you're watching it on replay, so we know that you watched it? And if you have questions, in fact, part of the drawing could be if they ask questions or make a comment, they get in the drawing.
Oh, yes. Let's go with that. I like that a lot. Good idea.
Yeah. So ask a question, comment what you know about CBD oil, comment something that touched you during our interview, something maybe you didn't know, and Rebecca will put you in a drawing. When do you want to draw? Do you want to do that Friday?
Yes.
Okay. So Friday is the 31st. Am I right? Or is that Saturday?
Let's do it Saturday the 1st so that we can get, because I'm not going to stay up all the way to midnight. So, Sunday the 1st. We'll do it Sunday the 1st. Sunday the 1st.
We'll do it Sunday the 1st. And if you comment and if you share, if you comment, you get your name in the drawing. If you share, you get another name. You get a second. Yay. So I think that would be perfect. And yes, Sunday the 1st would be a great day to draw. And if you order a product from Rebecca before the 31st, then the second drawing is for the pain relief cream. So
yay, I'm excited about that one.
I think I'm going to have to go and edit the title of this video because it was from my Zoom. So next time you'll just have to host the Zoom. But and that's going to be in 2 days. We're doing another one.
Yes.
We'll talk about how to find a great CBD oil, and we'll probably go over some of these points again. Because listen, everybody doesn't see our videos all the time. So, but I love you, and go spend time with your hubby and have a great doctor's appointment in the morning. Love you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for taking the time to listen to us, guys. Good night. One fits all.
Thank you.
One for all. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Love you.